Notes in math today. At any time the video goes too fast, just push pause so you can catch up. You will notice in your notebook, I want you to turn to the next page. Do not flip through your notebook. You're going to go page by page, staying very organized. You will notice this red line going down. I want you to go 2 to 3 fingers away from that and draw another line going down your notebook. This is going to help us stay organized. Then we're going to write the headings on the top. So you'll notice there's a blank area up on top. I want you to write the word exponents. This will be the heading that we will use for each lesson. And each one will change, so as the year goes on, we can find exponents. Maybe it's integers, maybe it's something called prime factorization, but we can find those very quickly. The left side is for like vocabulary words. So we're going to be putting vocabulary over there. So the first vocabulary word I want you to put over there is factors. Factors. They're the number that is multiplied in an expression. An expression doesn't have equal signs. So a number that is multiplied in an expression. Now, I'm going to have you start by writing that, but as you get going in math, you will learn that I like just 1 or 2 word definitions. So a number that is multiplied in an expression. Well, a great way to remember factors is this word right there, facts. Factors are facts. So that's the definition we're going to start using. Factors are facts. So if I asked you to tell me the first 12 facts, or let's say that again. The facts of 12, you could write them 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. Many times your teachers probably in the past had you go 1 and 12, 2 and 6, and 3 and 4. And that's probably the way you remember it. Either way, it's fine, just as long as you get each of the facts. Because today, we are going to be learning something called exponents. Exponents, it's your next vocabulary word. Just keep going down your paper. Don't turn to the next page. Exponents are repeated factors or repeated facts. We're going to take that same fact and we're going to repeat it. So let's get what exponent form is. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write nice and big, 3 to the 5th power. 3 to the 5th power. The 3 is known as our base. The 5 is known as our exponent. The exponent, sometimes we say the word power with it. So we could say this is 3 to the 5th power. This is how many times the 3 is being multiplied. This tells me how many. The base is what we're multiplying. So, in this case, 3 to the 5th power would be 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 5 times. That 5 tells me how many 3's I have. A common mistake is a lot of kids want to say 3 times 5 is 15. Well, that is not the case, because if you think about it, we would have 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. That's not 15. I will tell you, that gets to 243. Very different than 15. Couple words you need to know are exponent form. Exponent form, you will see the exponent there. Expanded form is like a rubber band expanding. We pull it all the way out and you write each one out. The answer then is sometimes called standard form or just the answer. All right. Now, what you're going to do is you are going to write using an exponent form. So here's some examples that we want to put in exponent form. I don't want 7 times 7 equals 49. How would you write 7 times 7 in exponents? Well, that would be 7 to the 2nd power. Sometimes the 2nd power is also called squared. The third power sometimes is called cubed. So, what would 5 times 5 times 5 be? That would be 5 to the third power. In that case, you could also say it's cubed. It's 5 cubed. Stop the video now and tell me what you would have. All right, let's take a look. So we have the base is 2, and we have 4 of them, so that's 2 to the 4th power. And there is nothing after 4, 5, 6. Those are just to the powers of. Here's a tricky one if you want to try it. Now I don't give you numbers. Well, the base is n, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, so it's n to the 4th power. Now we're going to try to write them in expanded form and solve it. So we have 5 to the 4th power, which would be 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. In this case, you can use a calculator and go ahead and type it in. And you would get 5 times 5 is 25, times 5 is 125, times 5 is 625. So I'm going to have you stop the video now and try the next two. Welcome back. We would have 2 times 2 times 2. 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8. A misconception is a lot of kids say that's 2 times 3 is 6, but it's 8. This one would then be that n times n times n times n times n. And you noticed I'm using a dot. Remember, dots mean multiplication. Now I can't answer that because I don't know what n is. So that's just the answer. Here's what your notes should now look like. Is this something in your notebook? They could be farther apart if you like more room, but this is what your notes should look like because this is what I'm expecting to see. Distance learners, you'll be sending me a picture. The rest of you I'll be checking in class.